Teresa Giudice's daughter, Gia, discovers huge lump. Bravo viewers watched Gia Giudice grow up on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. She was just 8 years old when the show premiered. Now Teresa's oldest daughter is a young woman building a life for herself. She opened up about recently finding a huge lump that scared her about her future. Keep reading for all the details. Teresa Giudice's daughter Gia reveals finding huge lump. Gia Giudice is still finding her footing after growing up on reality TV. She attended an iHeartRadio event earlier this month. Gia opened up to Extra TV on the red carpet about a recent health issue. According to the Rutgers University graduate, she found a huge lump under her armpit. It was huge and it was bulging out, she said about the mass. Gia said that was causing her pain, so she went to the doctor to get it checked out. She recalled that during the ultrasound, she begged the technician to tell her it wasn't cancer. As the lady was doing it to me, I had tears running down my face. Say it's not the C word. Say it's not. The reality star emotionally recalled. The technician couldn't confirm to Gia if it was cancer or not, but offered some comfort. You're going to be ok, the woman told Gia. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Teddy Mellencamp revealed earlier this year that she's battling brain cancer, so it's not surprising that Gia Giudice was worried that the lump she found could be cancer. Luckily, her doctor gave her the all clear. The lump was a common type of tumor that grows under the skin called a lipoma. These tumors are generally harmless but can cause pain and discomfort. She plans to get it removed, but not yet. Why is she delaying the procedure? Why she's holding off on surgery? In some cases, the lipoma is removed for cosmetic reasons in addition to pain or discomfort. In Gia Giudice's case, the lump causes her enough discomfort that she wants it removed. But she can't just yet. She told Extra that a prescription she's currently using prevents her from getting the lump removed right now. She's eyeing a surgery date in May or June. What is causing the delay? Right now, I'm on Accutane, so my dermatologist recommended for me not to get it removed yet because while on Accutane, your skin doesn't heal properly. Fans of Teresa's daughter will see her back on TV soon. The Real Housewives of New Jersey is currently on pause due to conflict between the women. However, Gia and other reality star TV offspring have their own show coming to Bravo soon. Making It in Manhattan follows the young reality stars as they try to build their lives and careers in the Big Apple. Gia Giudice isn't just following her mom's footsteps into reality TV stardom. She just debuted a new podcast called Casual Chaos. Before getting her own podcast, she was a frequent guest on her mom's Turning the Tables podcast. Gia Giudice had always lived her life under the glaring spotlight of the public eye. As the eldest daughter of Teresa Giudice, one of the most controversial figures in reality TV history, Gia had spent years navigating the ups and downs of fame, family drama, and personal growth. But nothing could have prepared her for the moment she discovered a huge lump on her body. It was an ordinary morning when she first noticed it. She had been getting ready for a workout, standing in front of the mirror in her apartment, when she ran her hand along her collarbone and felt something unusual. A firm, unmovable mass just below her skin. Her heart skipped a beat. She ran her fingers over it again, hoping she had imagined it. But no, it was still there. Her mind raced. Was it just a swollen lymph node? Had she accidentally bumped herself and not realized it? Or was it something much worse? For a moment she debated keeping it to herself. She didn't want to cause unnecessary panic, especially not with everything going on in her family. Her mother, Teresa, was still healing from the emotional fallout of her split from Joe Giudice, and with the ongoing chaos of the Real Housewives of New Jersey world, Gia didn't want to add to the drama. But deep down, she knew she couldn't ignore it. That evening, she confided in her mother. They were sitting in the Giudice family's lavish New Jersey kitchen when Gia hesitated, then finally blurted out, "Ma, I found something weird." Teresa's face immediately turned serious. "What do you mean, something weird?" Gia pulled her collar down slightly and guided her mother's hand to the lump. Teresa's eyes widened, and for a second, the fierce, unshakable housewife looked genuinely afraid. "Oh my God, Gia, we need to get this checked out." Teresa had scheduled an appointment with one of the best specialists in the state. While Gia appreciated her mother's swift action, she couldn't shake the growing fear in her gut. What if it was serious? What if it was something that would change her life forever? The next few days were a blur of doctor visits and tests. First, there was the initial exam, where the doctor carefully felt the lump and asked about any other symptoms. Then came the ultrasound, followed by a biopsy. Each step made the fear settle deeper in Gia's bones. She kept her emotions in check, but late at night, when she was alone, the weight of the situation pressed on her. Scrolling through social media, she saw her friends posting about parties, vacations, and fun events. Meanwhile, she was stuck in an endless cycle of waiting and worrying. Teresa tried her best to be strong, but Gia could see the fear in her mother's eyes. She overheard hushed phone conversations between Teresa and her sisters, and she knew the family matriarch was struggling to keep it together. Days passed before the doctor called with the results. "Gia, we have your biopsy report," the specialist said, his voice calm but firm. "Would you be able to come in with your family to discuss the findings?" Gia's stomach dropped. If it were nothing, wouldn't he have just told her over the phone? This had to be bad. The entire drive to the doctor's office, Teresa clutched Gia's hand, whispering reassurances. But the moment they stepped inside the cold, sterile room, it felt like all the air had been sucked out of the world. The doctor sat across from them, papers in his hand, and began explaining. "The good news is it's not cancer." Gia felt an immediate rush of relief. Tears welled in her eyes, and she let out a breath she didn't even realize she had been holding. However, the doctor continued, "It is a benign tumor. These types of growths are typically non-threatening, but given its size and location, we recommend removing it sooner rather than later." Teresa was already reaching for her phone, undoubtedly ready to find the best surgeon in the country. "We'll do whatever we need to do. When can she have the surgery?" The next few weeks were a whirlwind of preparations. Gia was nervous about the procedure, but compared to the terrifying thoughts she'd had before, this felt manageable. The night before her surgery, she took to Instagram, something she hadn't done much since discovering the lump. Sitting in bed, wrapped in a cozy blanket, she turned on her front-facing camera and began recording. "Hey guys. So, I wanted to be real with you about something. The past few weeks have been pretty scary for me. I found a lump and had to go through a bunch of tests, and tomorrow, I'm having surgery to remove it. It's not cancerous, thank God, but it's been one of the hardest things I've ever gone through. I just want to remind everyone to listen to their bodies. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Take care of yourselves. Love you all." She posted the video and immediately received an outpouring of support from fans, friends, and even fellow reality stars. Messages flooded in, offering prayers and encouragement. The next morning, Teresa and her sisters accompanied Gia to the hospital. As she lay in the pre-op room, Teresa stroked her hair and whispered, "You're strong, baby. You've been strong your whole life. You got this." The surgery was a success. When Gia woke up, she felt groggy but relieved. The lump was gone, and so was the fear that had been haunting her. Over the next few weeks, she focused on recovery and reflection. This experience had changed her. It reminded her of the fragility of life and the importance of taking health seriously. She had always been strong, but now she felt even stronger. Gia decided to use her platform to spread awareness. She started working with organizations that encouraged young women to be proactive about their health. She spoke openly about her journey in interviews, hoping to inspire others to never ignore signs from their bodies. Through it all, Teresa remained her biggest supporter, proving once again that while the Giudice family had been through it all, their bond was unbreakable. Gia's scare had been just that, a scare. But it had also been a wake-up call. And from that moment on, she vowed never to take her health, her family, or her life for granted again.